Xenoverse 2 allows you to play as 8 different classes across 5 races, which is best for each playstyle. I have 8 level 99 characters, all skills unified, all body types and heights reset with the Dragon Balls, all attributes removed, no clothing or QQ bangs. This is the raw character data. I will prove once and for all which is the best race for tankiness, regen, speed and damage. This is my ultimate CAC guide for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I've got a need for speed. Now let's go over the excluded transformations. Power Pole Pro, because its maneuverability is not as good as in your base form, and also it changes your moveset. And Giant Form is excluded because it makes you quite slow anyway. Purification is excluded because it drains your stamina and it changes your moveset. I accidentally used it in the health one, but don't tell anyone. I'm going to analyse their combat and movement speed and find out once and for all which class is the fastest. First up is the Frieza Race character for the combat speed test. I'm going to do 2 quick tests. One will be a full light combo from start to finish, and the last one will be a full heavy combo start to finish. I'm going to analyse from the very first spark to the very last spark as how I will measure these times. So he has a light combo speed of 4 seconds and 11 frames and a heavy combo speed of 1 second 29 frames. Not bad to start with. Next one is the male human. That will be his light 4 combo chain. Now we're going to do the heavy one and see how fast he actually is. And the results are in. He has a light combo speed of 4 seconds and 7 frames and a heavy combo speed of 2 seconds and 5 frames. A little bit slower. Next is the female human. Those underpants still worry me. They don't look right. Now time for the heavy combo chain and we'll see where she stacks up. She has a full light combo speed of 5 seconds and 14 frames, quite a bit slower, but a very quick 1 second 15 frame heavy combo speed. Now time for the male margin. Let's see how slow he is. Let's see his speed. And time for the heavy combo. The male margin might be quite a slow character, but his combos aren't actually that slow. He's got a 4 second 22 frame light combo, and his heavy is 2 seconds 3 frames. Now it's time for the female margin. Now, given their size difference, she's quite slender and he's quite chunky, it's quite interesting to see that she actually has a slower combo. Her combo speed for the light combo is 4 seconds 29 frames, almost 5 full seconds. That's kind of slow. Now it's time for the Namekian, which we can all assume will do an extremely fast time. Anyone else think that the Namekian's heavy combo looks really strange and really bizarre? Maybe that's because his light combo speed is 6 seconds 17 frames and his heavy is 2 seconds and 7 frames. Oh, and here comes the absolute quickest, most spectacular lightning speed combo class in... I'm kidding, he's going to be quite slow. The Male Saiyan, with his pursuit combo stacking up quite a substantial time. And as well as his heavy as well, is a little bit quicker than you'd expect, but it's still pretty slow. He has a combo speed of 7 seconds, 3 frames, and 2 seconds, 21 frames. That's really, really slow. That's slower than the male margin. Finally, we're going to the female Saiyan. Not an extremely quick light combo, but her heavy combo chain, as I recall, is actually pretty quick. And her time is as follows. Her light combo speed is 4 seconds and 18 frames, and her heavy is 2 seconds exactly. So, not bad. It's actually quite decent. Now we're going to plot all of our results on this graph and see where they stack up. As we go for the light combos, and all times in this series, we're going to give them a 5 frame leeway so we can calculate, with some degree of accuracy without being too anal about it. We're going to plot in the heavy combo chains and go to the total times, adding them together. Ooh, and we can see who's very slow and who's very fast. On to the movement speed challenge. They're going to move down this runway from this lamppost shadow all the way until the second white line. We're going to do 2 tests. One will be a running test and the second one will be a flying test. As soon as they hit that white mark there, the time is up. And the flying is a little bit faster. And hit the mark. Next up is the male human. And as before in a previous episode of this series, as the sequences you're about to watch are not insanely interesting, I'm going to be hitting you with random Dragon Ball topics just so we can kind of get a ball rolling on the entertainment side of things. But not until we're finished with this, 'cause it's almost over. And his time is up. Now it's time for the female human. Okay, time for the first topic. Now looking back at Dragon Ball Z, we know that Yamcha was looked at complete fodder because he got completely bear hugged and blown up by a Cyberman. But if you think about it, he's actually had a ridiculous increase in power. He went from being a lowly bandit in Dragon Ball to being able to knock out the Ginyu Force. Now it's time for the male margin, which, going back to the topic, is actually quite ridiculous. He's gone from being able to not even fight Kid Goku to being able to knock out someone who was able to toy with and completely batter Vegeta on Namek. Now let's take a quick break just to appreciate that arse. Now it's time for the female margin. Okay, time for the next topic. Actually a little bit of trivia. Now we know that when Goku went to the afterlife and he fought with Pikkon in a tournament, just before that they fought Frieza and Cell and the Ginyu Force in Hell, and then Goku went full Super Saiyan. That wasn't actually supposed to be a thing. Now it's time for the Namekian. The actual reason why he did that was because he went Super Saiyan, but they realized, oh wait, we need Pikkon to be surprised about this Super Saiyan form, so we couldn't have his hair go yellow, but it was too late to fix it, so they just made his hair black, but gave him the aura and spiky hair so that it still surprised Pikkon in the tournament. And that's the reason there's full Super Saiyan. And the male Saiyan is up next. And additionally, in the movie, the movie with Lord Slug, the reason why Goku goes full Super Saiyan is because they tried to jump the gun and do Super Saiyan before the anime, and then when the anime came around, Super Saiyan was actually different than what they thought it would be, so they created something because they did it wrong. Next up is the female Saiyan. So, to recap our little discussion, Yamcha definitely not fodder as soon as he goes through midway through Z, and false Super Saiyan is not a thing, it's not proper, it's just a mistake. 2 times it was a mistake. Both times it was shown it was a mistake. Let's leave it alone, please. Okay, let's take our movement speed results and plot them on our graph. We're going to use base form readings for all of our characters as well as 2 relevant transformations, Kaioken for most, Potential Unleashed as well, Golden Form, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, and Super Vegeta. We're going to add our times together and that will get us our value. So from base form we can see that the Frieza race character is King, followed by the female margin. And we look at our first transformation round and the Frieza race character again takes the gold with female margin in second. Now we'll look at our Kaioken and Super Vegeta round, and we'll see that the Frieza race character takes the gold again, with the humans and female margin in a close second. This will give us our points value, and we can see quite clearly who the winner is. We're going to have gold going to the Frieza race character with 24 points, second place female margin with 21, and in joint third are the human race characters with 19. So let's combine our movement speed and combat speed results, and we're going to find our total scores to see which is the quickest race in the game. If the scores weren't obvious enough, the Frieza race character gets a racial bonus because he increases his speed when he's on low health. Quite nice indeed. And again, the points are quite obvious, but let's go through it anyway. Coming in 7th place is the slowest character, the male Saiyan. In 6th place is the male margin, just with 1 more point on 20 points. In 5th place is the Namekian with 1 more point on 21 points. Just creeping away in 4th place is the female Saiyan with 23 points. In 3rd place is the female human with 24 points, and in joint second with 27 points is the female margin and male human, meaning in 1st place with absolutely no contest is the Frieza race character. So to sum this up, the Frieza race character gets a speed buff when he's on low health, and his golden form increases his speed as well. The male human and female margins are just pretty quick, with the female human just behind. This has been the speed portion for the Ultimate CAC Guide for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. A series in which I intend to definitively once and for all prove which is the best race for tankiness, speed, ki and stamina regen and damage. In the next episode we'll be looking at their combat damage. Until then, stay tuned for the next exciting episode of Exodius Rex.